Oh, hey. I almost didn't see you there. Welcome to Get Technical. I'm Neil Hamilton, and with me is my compatriot, producer AB.
Yo, yo! Happy Tuesday!
Tuesday! How are we doing, folks? Let me know in the chat. AB actually owes us one. Hey, AB, the rat suit. Did you guys return that to Amazon, or is that still floating around?
Yeah, I've still got it in my possession. You know, might make an appearance in October, late October, Halloween time, maybe.
You're contractually obligated to wear it one more time.
I know. I was hoping like the one time would suffice, but I know that was the deal.
No, we gotta stay on brand. All right. Guys, how are we doing on this Tuesday? What are we looking at? What are we watching? Are you guys in cryptocurrency after yesterday? Every single cryptocurrency, not every single one, but the majority got stopped at a little position, a little spot on the chart that I'm going to show you guys today. They all are doing the exact same thing. Some are looking pretty good on the daily candles, looking doji-erific. The other ones, not so much. And we'll go through some of those. You want Ethereum to get to 2,500. Or because you're in it right now? Is that where you're going to sell? Mr. Self-Promoter? We're watching the market burp. Take a look at what that might mean. Ooh! Let's get rid of my squagglies. This is what I said, guys. This is just what I said. Let me make this real simple, like. We've got the Qs in this broadening wedge formation. And we all know how many times in our cute little patterns that we draw, how many times do you touch that upper line of resistance? 1, 2, 3. Sometimes we break out before that, sometimes we break out after that. But a lot of times you're looking for that return. Now, in a broadening wedge formation, which you guys should see, let me zoom in real nice so you guys can see it. In a broadening wedge formation, what you want to make sure that you mark out on your chart is the apex, where the resistance line and the support line meet. And that's what I've got this green dotted line here doing for me. And you can see that this green dotted line perfectly lined up with support on the body here, perfectly lined up with support here, and is also within the demand zone, or I'm sorry, the supply zone, depending on which side of it you're on our volume profile. So this is just about the area. This is the apex of our broadening trading range. Yes, I can look at Tesla after this. We're looking at QQQ. We take a top-down approach. Remember that, guys. You want to look at the ETFs that reflect the indices so that you can know how the broad market is doing, and then you zero in on your individual stocks so you can know if you've got wind behind you or wind in your face. So QQQ taking a poopy. Let's measure this down. What kind of move is this? It's like 2%. But yeah, we're gonna return to that mean or that apex in the broadening wedge, in my humble opinion. Why do I think that? One, just because of experience and just how these patterns tend to show up. Two, we've crossed down past one level of support, the 10-week moving average, which is this purple line. And look at this 10-week moving average in history. Look at that support. So supportive. We all need a friend like the 10-week moving average. I think of Aaron Bree as my 10-week moving average. He's my life 10-week moving average.
I appreciate that, Neil.
Yeah. So that's your 10-week. Let me get in the Mighty Soldier 65 EMA. Let's just see what that has to say. Wait, why are you no show up? Oh, because it's way down here. Okay. So I would be looking for, I mean, we're getting support here where there's a little volume shelf. There's another volume shelf below this directly on the VWAP. Check out how cool this is. QQQ, VWAP lining right up with that. It makes a lot of sense, right? Because the VWAP is your volume weighted average price. This is a function that takes into account both the volume and the price over time to create a sort of moving average, a hybrid moving average, if you will. So it makes sense that it's going to line up with these volume shelves on our volume by price indicator on the right side of the chart. So you can look to this for further support. That is not unreasonable to do. If I pull this back, you can see that it's a resistance level. All right, so resistance inverts, support inverts, and becomes, you know the drill. Support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. So we can see that these are key levels. I would be looking for this support, for apex support, and then a potential return all the way down here. Eek. But keep your cool. Keep your cool. VS, let's hit Tesla. Absolutely. So we got QQQ. We kind of knocked that out. Do you guys give me a 1 in the chat if you're satisfied with that technical analysis of QQQ, the NASDAQ tracking ETF?
You got your Microsofts, your Apples, your Facebooks, all in the QQs. So you go there first to understand what's going on from a holistic perspective. You know, it's like you go to a holistic medicine doctor and they're not just taking your temperature. No, he's going to get in there and study your excrement.
Oh, really? I'm pretty sure like a holistic doctor would just put a crystal on your forehead and tell you you're sick.
From a holistic perspective, yep.
All right. All right, guys. And Jonathan, thank you for your contribution. Thank you.
That's hilarious.
To the back of the classroom with you, Jonathan. All right, so let's take a look at Tesla. A holistic doctor would just like brush a feather in your face and be like, you're extremely ill.
Maybe a little acupuncture.
Yeah, maybe a little. No offense to any holistic doctors that watch this. I fully support the occult.
Yeah, we're all about alternative medicine.
Nothing but love. So I'm looking at Tesla on the weekly. Let's use the moving indicators that we've already talked about. Remember the purple one? He's selling your screen. So looking at the purple moving average, which again is the 10-week moving average, it has been a nice guide here. It's been a nice guide for Tesla. And then we can see that when we've crossed down or when we've touched it, we've had some nice bounces up. It's been a good indicator. You could trade with that for sure in the past. And then we can see that we lost it. We returned to our mean, crossed over, lost it, came back over. Now we're kind of holding it on the weekly. You know, the body's below it for the week, but we haven't finished the week. It's only Tuesday. One scenario is that we see this body push up toward the end of the week based on what happens during the daily sessions and start holding that purple 10-week moving average as support. That's going to be a bullish indicator for you, telling you that the bulls are going to give us a higher level of support. Now let's go to the daily. No one wants to see a big old red candle. But let's break this down from a purely price structure perspective. Number one, we've got a downward trend. Let's look at the broad trend from the absolute all-time high of Tesla. And I'm going to anchor this line on this one. And look at how cool that is. All right. So we've mapped out the resistance on our downward trend, and we found that that resistance turned into a little bit of support during this sideways range that we began after some strength. We had some bulls coming in that were ready to play, gapped us up right here, and then this served as support for a while. Then we lost it, and we surged back up at this support level. So let's see just how important this support level is with these two green candles right here. I got a feeling this is going to turn into something really interesting, guys. So I'm going to use just a dark blue line, a happy dark blue line, a nice, cool, relaxed dark blue line. I'm just going to do soft little strokes across my chart. And look at this. Look at this. Support recently. Support on a big day, a big MFing day on 23rd of February. Like, look at this price range. The price range of this candle, $711 down to $620. That's a day that people that are in Tesla remember. That's the day that you tell your kids about. All right. So illustrating here, this support showing up, and then also during this corrective phase on the markup. Remember our thing about markups, guys? Guys, give me, okay, the name starts with a W. Let me know in the chat if you know the gentleman's name that I'm thinking about who came up with this market cycle of oversold, overbought, markups, markdowns that I'm about to show you.
Can I guess?
I'm trying to increase engagement.
No way. I was gonna say Willy Wonka, ScarJo. I swear to God. Oh my God.
You can guess, of course. You can always guess.
Well, Scott already got it.
You're my 10-week moving average.
Scott already got it.
Scott, wise cop.
It's not the perfect spelling, but it's close.
So this is the one, guys. Burn this image into your brain. If you have a tattoo gun near you, which are available on Amazon for $30, I bought one over the summer. I tattooed my friend. She's a maniac. She's an absolute maniac. Trust me, doing that. It did not turn out well.
A little stick and poke action?
No, it was an actual gun. It wasn't a sticky poke. I had an actual thing. I sat there with like rubber gloves and like tattooed my friend. And I was like, can I touch this up in like a month? And she's like, no, you can't. She wants to get it covered up. So I screwed that up. I was so nervous and my hand was shaking. Anyways, burn this image into your mind. This is just how markets be. All right. They're sold, and then people buy them cheap, and then they sell them high. Buy low, sell high. That's what it looks like. All right. Let's take a look at Tesla.
Whoa. Seeing some market cycles.
Oh my God.
What the heck, dude?
Mark up, and then you get that pullback or corrective phase during your markup, always, and then you mark down. All right. So now the question is, are we in the process of consolidation before our next markup phase? I don't know. Hit the like button for the answer. ScarJo, what do you win? You win a compliment. Nice avatar. Does QQQ mean the market is expecting bad reports today from Google, Microsoft? It could mean that, yeah. A lot of times there's selling off before earnings. There's also news about like the CDC, I think, updated guidelines and is now requiring or recommending, I don't know, whatever, that people that are vaccinated wear masks as well due to the infection rate of new COVID variants. So there's a number of factors that are just going to affect the market. But I think in general, it's as you say, QQQ, without reading in too much to expecting bad reports, because I think everyone expects good reports. I think they're just taking profit before the reports happen because they don't want to hold the bag. It's like the kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of situation, John, in my opinion. Nice, ScarJo.
Joey just
also
subscribed.
One of these for you.
Yes. Joey just subscribed my OnlyFans. Why is it more expensive than Benzinga Pro? Look, there are things on the OnlyFans that are not on Benzinga Pro. It's as simple as that.
And as someone who's vaguely responsible for the brand image of Benzinga, I can fully endorse that statement. There are things. It's different content. All right, guys. So what we're looking at Tesla for is like the beginning of a markup phase. What indicator would that be? All right, don't Miles, don't encourage them too much.
Yeah, that's the last OnlyFans question for the day. If you want
no more.
If you want to find out more, just hit the link.
Oh man, I tried to make an OnlyFans for Jason, but then I just kind of lost steam. But I just wanted him to start getting like updates from OnlyFans and like saying like you're getting subscribers, your account is growing, you should start updating pictures and stuff like that.
One of the best like pranks in college was we would make like fake Craigslist ads for our friends.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they would just start getting, like personal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they would start getting like texts and calls like all day and night. And
that's mean.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So a couple ways of looking at this. Overall, it's still in a downward trend. I'm looking at the weekly now, so I can just get a better look at it. This is very similar to the Qs, which should not be a surprise whatsoever. Tesla is considered by many a tech stock or a growth stock. A growth stock is probably the most accurate way to put it. So the way to look at this from a swing or position trading perspective, nice, Miles. I see you there. Oh, that's mean. Fake dating profiles on our teachers. Oh, that's so mean. They're way underpaid for that. That is just straight up cruel. Yeah, looking at this thing, it's got to break up. It's got to break out of this sloping line of resistance. That's all there is to it. And just because resistance is mean to us, I'm going to give this a red color. Resistance is mean. Yeah, so you need like a swooping Amazon logo that looks like something out of there. Otherwise, would not be surprised if we see a touchback down to support for a little triple action. Looking at volume profile though, let's see what the volume tells us. I've got the VWAP on, but it's so we're
we
hitting.
Do have Jake Wooster Jack coming on the show tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, so do not miss out on that.
And we finally get to congratulate him on having his kid.
I know. We're going to do it live on the show tomorrow. Okay, Neil's in the metaverse. So what we're looking at...
Sorry. So now the volume's more clear. Hold on, let me move this over. There we go. Look at that. I was just looking at the volume. It's clearly support right here. So we're looking at trading sideways in this range. So you can look for a break above 676 as bullish for Tesla. Very bullish for Tesla. And we're right in that mid-range where you want your momentum stocks to be. Not too hot, not too cold on the RSI that I've drawn down here. So we're in a nice little area. So we shall see. Wait, did this already happen? Yeah, it did. Okay, so they beat on earnings. So we just want to see a break above here. I'll put the stamp on it. Boom, baby. 677 is going to be a breakout level for Tesla. And then you're not getting, this is the weekly. Let's go down to the daily now. You're definitely not getting signs of a reversal. But something to keep in mind is that the last, 1-2 times that we've hit this level, we've gotten a nice bounce of about 10%. So this is a level that has been strong support in the past. It is holding today. We might get some green volume tomorrow, folks.
We might.
Yep. All right, guys. What kind of tickers you want to look at? You want cryptocurrencies? You want stocks? Give me a 1 for stocks. Give me a 2 for cryptocurrency, please. And hit the like button.
I've seen someone in the chat was asking for Baba earlier, which is getting crushed again today. So I'm interested to see like where the bottom could be on Baba.
So here's the thing with Baba. I was talking to Nick Shaheen about this. Great company, printing money, absolute like literal definition of a monopoly. Bad stock. Great company, bad stock. When you see this little situation, there's other people out there. He's not right for you. You're so much better than him. Let him go.
But I want to catch the falling knife. Like I'm Arya Stark.
There's a reference that everyone has fond memories of. All right. This is going to be the next level of support. 169. All right. Nice. What did the people say? We got ones for stocks, and then
I've seen a lot of ones.
Okay, so let's throw them up. Let's let them know that they're being heard.
Apple reports earnings today after hours.
We can do Neo, Bella. Yeah. Okay. Let's hold on, Bella. I'm gonna put you on blast really quick. Please, Neo. Please, Neo. Wait, Bella. Which one did you want to hear about? I'm not sure I got it. One.
I think it was Lucid Motors.
Bella is a Neo bot. She's a bot that works on behalf of the company. Only communicates in ones and the ticker symbol. Bella, we'll get Neo in a second. Baba. Markdown phase, big time.
I'm going to wait to see if we can find a little rounding bottom here.
Where are the... See, do you guys understand why I like the big juicies now? Do you guys get it? Give me a 1 in the chat. You know what? Don't give me ones. No more numbers, guys. I want your words. You got 2 things you can give me. Give me an amen in the chat if you like discovering a stock when it's hit its bottom after a little markdown phase. You can get in at the beginning of a big-ass run-up. Ass... pun intended. You want this big fat ass double bottom or rounding bottom or reverse head and shoulders showing you that this thing is oversold. Look at this oversoldness. And then you want to get in there and ride that puppy while it prints cash into your portfolio.
Preach.
All right. Give me an amen in the chat if that's something that you like. A big old round one. All right. And if you're not, hey, listen, if you're not feeling the spirit, you know what you can do? Aaron, tell them what they can put in the chat if they're not feeling the Holy Spirit.
Give us a
couple of these, bro, like you're a skydiving instructor. Hey, bro, is this your first time skydiving? Mine too, just kidding. Give me a couple of those.
Like you're an Olympic surfer, because surfing's in the Olympics now.
Yes, or an Olympic skateboarder. I feel like they might do that too if they're from Southern California.
Well,
but surfers for sure. Drop them in the chat. Amen. Let's see. Sound off. Miles is still on the old system.
Glenn is too.
Bill, hallelujah, which is an accept. Are we both clicking these at the same time?
I think so.
Okay.
Like 3 times in a row.
Amen. Preach. Amen, brother. All right, sunky man. What is the middle green line going through the bottom? My friend, Hector, that's a great question. That is my indicator for a golden cross. And that is what you're looking for. When you find those double bottoms, baby, you find that golden cross. When the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average, I have a little histogram indicator on my chart because I'm fancy. All right, you want to see it? This is the green bar, this green line. That's a golden cross. All right? Tells me that we might be entering a markup phase. And that's just how it works. Baba, falling knife, support. Maybe, yeah. It's found support on this volume shelf, but sheesh, it is looking rough. But look how you know what? It's super oversold right now. Don't buy a falling knife when it's oversold. Wait for consolidation. Consolidation plus oversold plus some indication that it's starting to pick up momentum, like higher support levels. Then you're looking at a markup, potential markup. All right. So I wanted to get who was the one we had someone that asked for. Oh, it was
Neo. Shelly. Yeah. That's not funny. It's kind of funny.
What does Shelly do?
She's making jokes at our expense.
Neo. Where'd the image go? All right. I've already got the Fibonacci retracement tool here on Neo. You guys, I can't do this while that song is playing because that song is too awesome. Let me erase all my drawings and just start over. All right, so we're looking at Neo. Had a wonderful big fat broad base. And remember, guys, finish the sentence. The bigger the base, the what? The bigger the base, the what?
Come on, chat.
Let me know.
Let us know.
So we had this big honking base right here. Big old dump truck base. That works. The bigger the pop. The bigger the base, the bigger the pop. The bigger the base, the bigger the space. The bigger the move up. That's right, Ivo. And we had this really nice base right here. We broke out of some resistance. We had a little corrective phase that formed a pennant, and then off we went. Pennant, off we went. Pennant, off we went. Bullish descending wedge. Off we freaking went. And then we sold off with a nice kind of like a head and shoulders pattern, really just a rounding top. It would look probably a little bit more round if we just look at closing prices, which is perfectly okay. Closing prices aren't for babies. Line charts aren't for babies. They're for technical analysts. And we had this rounding off at the top where we sold. Now we're starting to round again. We like this rounding formation. But look, the rounding formation is hitting. These are closing prices we're looking at. Hitting some support here. Now let's open up our candles. We're looking at Neo. Whoops. Play that shit. All right. Switching the chart type, moving that thing. Back to candles. And I'm going to turn this line blue. This is both support and resistance. This level is important on Neo. So check it out. I drew this line just using the line chart closing prices. Support for the day. This is where we're holding right now. Support back in December. This is probably still December. Yeah, December. And then support during this little U-shaped situation that we had right here, right before a nice gap up. This is the level. This is the battleground. This is where valor is won and lost. So look, holding support here is very, very good. We might get a bounce. Who knows? If we break down, you're going to look for this next level of support, right? Which is going to be... This is an extreme, I think. I think you would probably find support here if we break down. So this is all about forecasting what may happen in the case of certain eventualities. So you break down, I think you'd find support around here at 34. But this formation looks good to me. This looks good to me. We've gotten a little bit of a rounding kind of consolidation. We've broken out. We've pulled back. Every markup phase has a pullback. So the next step would be a bounce. Now let's delete everything that I've just drawn except for that line. I'll just put that line back for you guys. On NIO, N-I-O, the Chinese EV company, electric vehicles. Now let's use the Fibonacci retracement because I think it's really useful in every case, but particularly in this case. Because if you're looking for the bounce, it's going to make it really easy for you to find your targets, like super fast. And it lines right up with these volume shells as well. So, number one, RSI trending downward in confluence with the price action that we're seeing. We may get down a little bit lower, but honestly, I think that creates a buying opportunity. And if we break down past this and I'm in it and I'm long, I mean, that's my uncle point. I would look for a better time to get in. So I think buying opportunity would be a bullish engulfing candle, a nice green engulfing candle, or a V-shaped reversal, which we may get, but that will take a couple days to resolve. Where it's something like this, and then you'd be targeting these levels, right? You'd be targeting here, I'll stamp them. Boom, you'd be targeting the 44. Stick to round numbers. Oh, not that. Get out of here. Targeting the 49. If we break that 49, we're going to have a really swift move up. Real swift move up right to the resistance here, which is where this volume shell starts to stick up to 53. Right here. See how that's lining right up with the fib, guys? And with previous levels. So line in the sand, 39 on NIO. All right, so we got Tesla and NIO. We got a little EV thing going on. We're like way over time.
I know. I was just gonna say we got to bring our special guest on.
All right, guys, it is my esteemed pleasure to bring on my favorite educator on futures, stocks, and just everything. Like, if you need advice on like your hair, this is the person to ask. If you need advice on relationships, we've got someone here for you. This is the person to ask. So if you guys don't know, you're about to. It's Sylvia Bellrock. Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, nice to see you guys. Nice to see you, Neil, Aaron. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Having a great week so far. How about you?
Very good, very good. Very good week. Starts very volatile already. I had a very good trade today, so I shorted NASDAQ and it's down 300 points. Very good one, quick trade. And now I'm looking if we find a bottom and reversal here. So that's what I'm looking at. Other than that, I'm waiting patiently because we have a lot of earnings tonight.
Yes. So this is exciting. This is the equivalent of the Super Bowl. If you're interested in growth stocks. So Sylvia, I'd love for you to pull up the old chart and then give us an illustrative experience on what you're talking about. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so that we can keep this channel growing. It really does help us with the algorithm, and it makes it so we can get guests like Sylvia on to teach us how to be better. All right.
Here for those of you guys who don't know, let's just pull this quick. Apple, we have tonight Google, Microsoft, AMD, so very important. All those big techs are having earnings tomorrow. Qualcomm, Facebook, McDonald's, Boeing, so PayPal, very important earnings this week. Amazon. That's why I prefer not to jump into anything right now, Neil, because I don't know, of course, what's going to happen. Even though we have very good earnings or good expectations, we still might see a gap down, and I don't want to risk in a gap down. If you have a good position and if you're bought somewhere at a good spot, and then all of a sudden earnings come out and you think the earnings are good, you still can see gap down. So I have seen that a lot of times. That's why personally, I prefer to stay away for now from those, from those earning stocks. And today, the only thing what I traded was Nasdaq, and I can explain that trade real quick, because this is actually something what I'm looking for and waiting patiently. And of course, to be honest with you, I didn't expect that I'm going to see that huge drop. So I thought we were going to see a little bit of a pullback, but this was of course more than I thought. I closed a little bit earlier, but that's fine. You cannot time it perfectly. And so what I'm looking at. So guys, for those of you who don't know, this is the future NQ. You can use, if some of you are trading that, you can use the QQQs, which is the ETF. You can use the MNQ, which is the micro future for small accounts, perfect. And again, you can also use some of those leverage ETFs like TQQQ and so forth. So in this case, I'm using the NQ, and that was my trade. And I like to look at the 1 hour chart. So first of all, I start first with the big picture daily chart. And I want to know what's happening on the big picture. Are we on extended levels and all that stuff? So I had here a couple of trades. I went short, long, everything was actually pretty good. And then at some point today, I saw this thing slowing down, and I thought, this looks like we might see a reversal. Let me delete the drawings real quick. We might see a reversal soon. It is very overextended for a longer period of time. And what I like to look is the longer we have this reversal, this overextended levels, the 70 RSI, the more the probability increases that we're going to see a pullback. And again, I didn't expect that it's going to be that fast. But for some reason, at some point, Neil, I don't know if you feel the same, you start developing like a feeling. I was waking up this morning and talking to some traders as well, and I'm saying, I have the feeling today the market will roll over. You start develop not only looking at the charts, but some kind of a feeling what might happen. And I was actually long Dow Jones. I woke up during the night, closed the long position, and now after that I started shorting here. And main setup here, you cannot go higher. Momentum starts to slow down, and you see this kind of a consolidation, but there is not enough power to break through those levels. And then after that, I saw this huge red candle. This is the hourly chart, by the way, and which is for me just a confirmation that sell-off is going to happen. I shorted around this area. Of course, it was, some might say this is a chase, but again, on the daily chart, you still have a lot of room, and it still might continue to go lower. And that's basically the rejection of this previous high. So I shorted here and closed, I think, somewhere around here. So I didn't take the whole thing, but almost. And now it looks like it's going to reverse. Normally, I'm looking for those rejections on the short side. Of course, short selling on the indices is not the easiest trade to do. Sometimes it works. A lot of times you might end up stopped out. But now I'm looking to cover. So if I'm looking to cover somewhere around support areas, which is previous breakout areas, previous lows. And then I'm looking also if I find a long setup now, because after this huge drop, normally what happens is, of course, it might go for a little while like that. But normally we're going to see a reversal and back to the mean, because 300 points is not the normal range of NASDAQ, so that's a lot. And the probability for a pullback to the upside increases. So that was my trade today, my only trade. And other than that, I'm just waiting for those earnings. I want to slow it down a little bit. It's been a very good month, so I don't want to jump into it at the end of the month and mess up my results.
Yeah, for sure. Let's finish the month strong. So you entered your short position when you had a bit of a feeling, and then you exited before it found its bottom.
Yeah.
Was your exit just because you were sort of satisfied with the profit you could take? Was it a feeling, or was there some indication or some level, is probably the best question, that told you now is probably the safest time to take profit?
Yeah, that is the level here. It was around here. Let me pull up the results. It is the level, but I'm also trying to, to see how far I'm up and how how much lower this might go possibly in the next couple of hours. And normally, again, you will not see that kind of a drop. It cannot continue to drop in the next the next couple of hours like that, because it has certain range and is dropping 300 points. So I would be very surprised if I see that dropping another 300 points. And that's something what I have in mind, where I think, okay, this range is kind of expanding. It might pull back, and if it pulls back and starts to see more weakness, I might reshort it. But for now, just let me take the profits, and that was what I was thinking. So that was the. By the way, for those of you who don't know, those are all my live trades. What I'm trading for the pro subscribers in my chat, or for those of them who are in the inner circle.
Sylvia,
so
you should zoom in on these so folks can really see them.
Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, so that's those are all my July trades. I'm just swing trading. I'm not day trading or not doing trades every single day. And those are here my recent trades. So the exit was 14,853. 14,800. Yeah, you see, I was just not too. I was thinking we're gonna see a bounce. This is a decent support area, and again, based on the range, based on the already huge drop, I was thinking we might see a bounce. It looks like I was a little bit earlier, but sometimes that happens, and now we might see a pullback here. It looks like we finally found a bottom.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a beautiful short.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
So Sylvia, I know that we're getting people foaming in the mouth, shouting tickers at us as always, and we love it. We love you guys.
Very good.
So guys, let us know right now. And Sylvia, I know you're always prepared for this. That's why I feel comfortable doing this. But guys, give us a 1 in chat if you want to see some picks that Sylvia is watching, perhaps after earnings. Or just some interesting things from Sylvia, or if you want to cover some stocks that you guys are watching, and get Sylvia's expert opinion on the levels, the price structure, momentum, and all that kind of stuff. The postman asks Sylvia, where can he get the feeling indicator?
The feeling that happens after a very long time of watching countless days and nights, all those indices.
Okay.
And at some point, you start to develop a little bit like, I don't know if it is feeling, but you kind of know, okay, this is not a good thing to long here. I better close my longs and look for something to short. I cannot explain it. That happens really after some long time. If you watch that every single day, all the time, nonstop, same with stocks, not only with the indices, you kind of know when it is a good time to buy or short. You don't even need indicators or too many technicals. You just know it.
All
Experience.
Right. Yeah. So there you go. It looks like we got a resounding 1, which I believe was for some insight into Sylvia, what you're looking at. So I know that we're not today taking positions on any blue chip tech companies because we're going into earnings for those. But do you see any interesting stocks, futures, anything interesting outside of those?
I would like to see futures or the Qs, again, this could be the ETF. I would like to see how far lower we can go, and then I'm going to start looking for a long on the NASDAQ. This has been one of my favorite trades as well. So as you see, NASDAQ has been very, very strong. Of course, we had a couple of weak moments here and choppy moments, but normally 90% of the time this thing is going all the time up. So I want to see a little bit more pullback. If we have a little bit more luck to see this time, hopefully more pullback into the previous support, then I will be looking for a long setup. And also based on all those earnings, so all of those AMD, Nvidia, I like. So all those big techs I like, but I would prefer to wait for some of them for the earnings and see after that. So Nvidia looks good if it comes here into the 181 area, but again, it has also upcoming earnings, so you gotta be careful with that. AMD, I see here in the chat, AMD, SQ. Those are all tickers which I like. AMD is, I'm watching, of course, the earnings. For me, this is a long-term trade, so I have already a position here. Of course, it can drop with the earnings, but this is for me something what I would like to hold, the next couple of years, maybe 2, 3, 4, even 5 years. So I do see some potential in that stock. And for me, this is always a good buy. So I'm holding that one. SQ, I see people are asking about SQ. Let's check out SQ. SQ has been also very, very good. I like this as well for a long. Of course, you have to wait it out a little bit because, look, the problem is with the earnings, again, like I mentioned, you just don't know the reaction. So sometimes you have very good earnings, and I have seen that on a lot of stocks, and you still can see a drop or at the open or a gap down. So you want to wait it out a little bit. And after the earnings, you will always get the opportunity. And the most important thing is here not to get FOMO, so the so-called fear of missing out. I know I'm also sometimes tempted to, look at something and think I'm going to miss it out. I need to get in. But normally, those are the times where things are going against you. So this SQ has on the 5th of August earnings. I would prefer to wait it out and see how the earnings are. And normally, if you have a gap up, you will always find some kind of a slowdown consolidation price action and then go from there. Because right now it is almost reaching resistance here. So this is the previous high, 283. And it's dropping, of course, now based on the overall Nasdaq and the overall situation. But for me, it will be great if the earnings are not too over the top and we don't see any kind of a gap. I would like for it to come here into the 228 short-term support area, and then I would look for some kind of a bullish pattern, something like some bullish candlestick pattern, either doji or bullish engulfing candle, something like that. Here, look, we saw here nice doji candle followed by the next day by another green candle. So something like that I would like to see. If this doesn't happen and we see a gap down, depends on the earnings, of course, I'm going to watch the price action and see if we're going to see a slowing down price action sideways and then continuation higher. Or if it goes up and gaps up somewhere here, for example, above the highs, then I still will wait to slow down and go sideways for a while, consolidate and go from there. So in any case, we need to, to wait it out a little bit and not jump in. But overall, SQ is a very, very good stock. I like it a lot. And I would really like to, to buy it on any kind of a pullback. So.
We have been getting increasingly SoFi.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, let's check it out. It looks like everyone is in this SoFi. Yeah, didn't we discuss it last time? I forgot.
They ask every single time.
Yeah,
I'm on YouTube. They ask about SoFi, or for the past 3 weeks.
Very good. It looks like a lot of people are interested. So SoFi, I like that it is at support. The only thing I don't like right now is this. It was back here, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. It was holding support. This green candle was a very good thing, very bullish sign, bullish engulfing candle, and it looked like everything is looking nice. And normally when you see that, you want to see right away a continuation of that momentum. So you want to see that things are going higher. You don't want to see a slowdown and giving back of all this, what it had made. So this is actually not a good sign if the stock has that kind of a nice bullish engulfing candle, and after that the next couple of candles are red and going down. But as long as it holds support, which is 1437, so as long as it holds this area, it is still not bad. So if you are not in the stock, I would wait it out a little bit to see a little bit of a slowdown here, and something like a bullish engulfing candle, again a little bit more green to enter. And if you are already in that stock, bought somewhere, I think that's fine. You just need to use your stop losses and be sure that you you have a stop loss around the support area, or at least here, this is the next one, the previous low of this candle here. So this is 12. So those are your levels where if this starts to get ugly and break below, then the setup is no more valid. So instead of having an uptrend and holding support, if it starts to break lower, this means this is already a downtrend here, and then it starts to look ugly. So careful with that. But as long as it holds, and if it shows some kind of a nice sign, it is a good looking setup actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got some serious SoFi longs here.
Yeah, it looks like that. I see.
Yeah, and I hear you guys. It's a great company, really in tune with the next generation of folks managing their financials.
High conviction play. Yeah, I see. Interesting. Yeah. Another one, UPS Mara. I see Ryan wants me to discuss Mara. This is this is not bad actually, but I'm just not willing to put too much size on it because it has a lot to do with, it moves very much on news and on Bitcoin related movements, and it's not a bad stock. It looks very well so far. It recovered from this drop, made new highs, small uptrend here. It gave it all back and trying to reclaim again, and this recent price action is not the best. So again, if you look at the chart, this is a downtrend here. It is downtrending. You don't see enough momentum to the upside. This is the previous resistance area, 32.78. It's a very volatile stock, and again, if you're long, that's fine, but just make sure you use here good risk management because it is volatile, and the earnings might bring much more volatility. This is on the 12th of August. So I would be careful with that, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan. Ryan sounds like a cowboy, though.
he loves this stock. I know.
Yeah. All right. What do we got, guys? We've got 1 minute left with our educator here. Do you want to look at ASO? I'm just interested in ASO. I want to see what you say about it because I've never heard of it.
ASO, also, I like.
All right. Okay. Good one to end on. Let's hear it.
That's a very good one. Actually, it was on my watch list, I think this week or last week. So I'm just waiting on this one as well for a little bit of what I wanted to see is, as I put it on my watch list, was a consolidation and breaking above those EMAs, which would have been 38.62. It didn't happen. Instead, now it is going lower. But still, this is a good setup. So it is holding support area. And if it continues to hold this 34 area, and let's say tomorrow we see a little bit of a reversal and bullish engulfing here, that would be a very nice long setup. So it's almost there for an entry, almost there.
I too like it. The way that I'm looking at it is it could be a nice little dip buying situation, but wait for the confirmation, like Sylvia said. Sylvia, I think everyone in chat loves you. And guys, give us a 1 in chat if you love Sylvia Bellrock in a platonic student teacher relationship way. Only. I'm talking to you. Well, actually, I'm not going to call anyone out. Sylvia, thanks so much for being on the show. You are with us every Tuesday, which is fantastic. Yeah. But for folks that don't want to wait until next Tuesday, tell us what they can get at sylviabellrock.com.
So sylviabellrock.com, you can find my free trading course if you're interested in that. Also, you can join the free chat. I'm not as much active because I'm more swing trading there, but you can join definitely to exchange some ideas with other traders. And also on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter. I post there also here and there some, some of my trading ideas or trades with explanation and stuff like that. So feel free to join me, guys.
Absolutely. Do that, guys. Sylvia, thanks for joining us today and have a wonderful earnings experience.
Thank you. Have a great week too. And let's see what happens. And we can discuss, of course, next week, some possible setups after this week's earnings.
Sounds great. All right. See you, Sylvia.
See you. Bye.
All right, guys. Sylvia Bellrock. She rules. You got all the ones. All the ones are here, guys. Producer AB, are you able to come on?
Yes, sir.
What do folks have to look forward to next?
We have Biotech Buzz coming up. A little bit of an alternate scheduling today with our programming, but we have Biotech Buzz, VV Biotech Queen coming on right now with producer Rohan.
With producer Rohan, that guy rules.
He's awesome.
Is that head bob like to the? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We love hanging out with you, Ryan. She's everybody's best friend. Sylvia's awesome. Guys, make sure that you follow me at Neil's Tweets, Neal's Tweets on Twitter, whatever the hell. Make sure you follow producer AB at Aaron Bree 5. At Aaron Bree 5. The first 4 were taken.
It's like what Happy put in, but with 2 A's instead of 2 R's.
There we. Thanks, Happy. Thanks for the effort. Sylvia, thank you for being on. Sylvia's in the chat. Thank you for being on. Guys, it's been fun as always. Happy trading week. Careful on those blue chip growth stocks. Earnings are tonight. We shall see what happens, and we will touch base tomorrow, starting with the Qs and then looking at all those big tech names. Have your questions ready. Apply your technical analysis. Use your levels. That's the most important thing. And watch that RSI, baby. But as always, watch out for big, fat, juicy bottoms because you gotta love them. At any rate, I'm Neil Hamilton. With me, as always, has been producer AB, and this has been Get Technical. Happy trading.
See y'all tomorrow.